Hello, 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 and welcome back to the Armchair Pundits podcast. This is your weekend review show, and as you can see, we've got Lamont, we've got Bevan, we've got Leon, you got myself, James. How are you three doing? What a wonderful weekend it has been, right?
I'm all right apart from the football.
You know what I mean?
That's what I mean. That's what I mean.
Outside of the
Normal.
football,
It's
life
been a
is
normal
great.
weekend.
It's been a good weekend, man. Just for
Well,
90 minutes.
Just so you know, I've broken a ramekin this week and now I've broken my mic just because of United. So I'm back to the old faithful.
That mic's going to cost you, bruv.
Send me an invoice.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to.
Okay.
Flipping hell.
So, as we always do, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe if you're a newcomer, and don't forget to share because you're going to enjoy the show. And what we're going to do now is go through our predictions from last week and see who was wrong and who was right. At the moment, it seems like Bevan is in the lead after getting a correct score last week. Will he get a correct score this week? So, Lamont said that Man United would win 2-1. They didn't. Bevan said 2-2. Once again, he was right. Thank you very much, Bevan. I appreciate that.
I'm not doing this no more, you know.
Leon said a draw 1-1. And obviously, he's not very happy right now with that result-wise. Daryl had a very optimistic 3-1 Spurs. But he did say it was optimistic 3-1 Spurs on the show. And I went for a 2-1. And we won 2-0. So, not too bad. But once again, we have a winner in Bevan. But he's not happy about that.
Some people are going to start calling
He's top
Judge.
of one league at least.
Yeah.
Hey!
Pew, 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 pew.
That's me, boy.
All this shows is that I know I know my team, innit? That's all it shows. I know my team.
Yeah.
For real, though. For real. So...
and I'm not deluded. I'm not saying anyone else is deluded. But
that's a good thing.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
No shame.
So, we started the Liverpool game.
I don't know why you're looking
order
at
for
me.
this week will be Brentford 0, Liverpool 2, then Arsenal 2, Villa 2, Everton 3, Spurs 2, Man United 1, Brighton 3, Ipswich 0, Man City 6. So, well done, Brighton. 3 in a row. Nice.
How did we jump from all of that to well done, Brighton? Can I ask? That wasn't a natural transition.
I forgot to give them their dues. That's all.
That's it. All right.
I thought I was being rude, so I had to let the Brighton fans that are watching us.
All I'm saying is, you man were lucky to get your 2-0 anyway. Even though you peppered their goal, lucky to get the 2-0.
You think so?
I don't know, man. It was one of them. I feel like if Brentford had got a goal, even though Liverpool were knocking the way they were knocking, if Brentford didn't get a goal, I feel like Liverpool might have been a bit more challenging for them to score. Because they scored like at the death, bro. Literally at the death.
I know they scored at the death, but Szoboszlai hit the bar. There's chances that Salah had just gone just past the post. Trent had one.
Salah.
Tell him, bro.
Yeah, but
wait, bro. Don't steal Jay-Z's thunder. Let him.
No. It's actually better.
But listen, it's conversation, isn't it?
Normally I wax lyrical.
Listen.
You guys say what you got to say. It's better that way.
Put it it's conversation, isn't it?
I don't like this because I'm defending Liverpool right now. I don't want to do it.
Things you're not. You're saying what you saw. And someone's talking like they watched it on radio.
Bro. Listen. Hey. All I'm saying is, Salah was quite quiet, to be honest.
Yeah, he wasn't. Salah was not good.
In fact, I was going to say, he was actually, quite anonymous in the game.
Like, give him a break, innit? Man was holding up the fort for the whole first half of the season. He needs a little break still.
Yeah.
So I think it's expected that he's going to have a little drop off.
It doesn't usually happen around this time of year anyway. He has that.
Yeah, to be honest, I was going to say just that. Usually January, he's not the best in January.
As soon as he does that
usually
post,
to AFCON
on a certain day,
he's not doing that great.
Yeah.
He does that haram business about Christmas.
There's that haram post.
Yeah. I mean, would you say, how would you judge it overall? Would you say that was one of your like gritty performances that you just managed to like scrape it, or would you say, it was,
You know what? I watched it, and like I said in my post match, for 91 minutes, I was dreading doing my post match because it was just a game full of frustration. 37 shots on goal.
That's a
Which is
record
a
as well,
Premier League
isn't it?
record.
Yeah.
Premier League record, and only 8 were on target, which is not good. And I had to tell you, like, at the time, it wasn't even that. It was like 35, 33, and only 6 were on target. So I was not happy. But at the same time, we weren't playing poorly. Brentford were defending very well, closing gaps. So I give them credit because they did what they had to do. Listen, they had the best home record up until 2 weeks ago in the Premier League, and you could see on that performance you could see why. Because not one, if they try one thing, not working, they got another system. It's almost like he just rips up that tactic. Okay, cool, move on to the next one, and it's hard for you to read it because they can switch to so many different formations, so many different systems in one game that you're often thinking, what's going on here?
Yeah.
But we give credit where it's due because, like you said, Salah was not good. He wasn't good, but the strength of our squad meant that, okay, he's not on it. Someone, come on, who's going to step up? Salah's not doing it. Who's going to step up?
Gakpo had his moment. He had his moment just to say,
he should have scored.
He should have scored.
He should have scored.
Why did that run to his left?
Yeah, exactly. And then you say to yourself, if he scores, then Salah's got an assist. Because that's a great assist.
Yeah, it was. It was a good play. It was a good play all round, to be fair. All the way up to that point.
So then we make our subs, like the last game against Nottingham Forest. You make our subs and you ask them to contribute. You're coming on, show us why you should be playing. Javier comes on and he makes a difference. The pass for the first goal, it's a good through ball. I'll be honest with you, no one else apart from Salah makes that pass in our team. So Bosley doesn't make that pass because it's not really his style. Gravenberch doesn't do that pass. Javier makes that pass. Trent gets lucky because obviously he crossed it. It comes straight back to him. But he was so quick with the second pass straight to
half volley.
You could say he just smashed it in.
Yeah, half volley straight across the box.
He just smashed it in.
Yeah.
But thankfully, he was on job. Nunez was on job, put it in, and he was so confident that when Javier gets his assist, another good piece of play, normally he probably would move that way and let Salah take it. He was like, no, I'm taking it, Salah. Took the ball and roofed it. So we're not champions, but those are the kind of games where if you want to win a title, you have to get something from that game. When we won a league last time, we had a similar game against Aston Villa. I think we were actually losing that game. And then it was Robbo and Mane scored in extra time to win the game 2-1. And I think that's when everyone started to think that Liverpool were going to win the league. It's only 6 points at the moment. And I stress the fact, this time last season, yes, it's a different Liverpool, different Arsenal. This time last season, I'm pretty sure we were at 6 points ahead of Arsenal. So we didn't have a game in hand, and everything's different. Arsenal have got key players missing, so it's going to be harder for them to go on their run. And we, thankfully, this season, we don't have that many injuries, and players are stepping up. But still, happy with the performance. Like I said, people criticise, but I looked at it when I was doing my review, because I changed my scores for players more than once. There was sometimes I thought I gave him a 7. I was like, no, maybe you're a 6, or because what I was watching in frustration didn't always marry up with the stats that I was reading. And I was like, oh, the stats say that he actually played a lot better. But because of my frustration,
the eye test is
you've got to score. You've got to score.
Yeah.
I'm probably missing stuff that are actually going well because I just want that goal to go in.
Yeah, if you think about this, the stats can be so misleading, Jay. To be honest,
both ways.
Yeah, it can be so misleading. Yeah. So it is sometimes good that when you watch it with an opinion of, right, I'm a lifelong Liverpool fan. I know the ability of the players in this team. Forget what the numbers say per se. Are you delivering? And you could see in that game today, you were probably unlucky in a lot of moments.
Yeah, we were
to not get a goal. But Brentford were resolute. They were like, right, it got to I don't know what minute, and I kind of looked at the minute. I can't remember. I registered it. I think it was 70th or something like that. And they were on the low block. They weren't coming out of it. They weren't trying to leave no gaps for you, like you said. And it worked well up until the 90th minute, I guess. So yeah, well done Liverpool and lucky Brentford, didn't it? Really?
Because I look at it and I was looking at You guys tell me. I thought Konate did well. I looked at his stats. I was like, bro, he doesn't lose challenges. He was losing headers that he doesn't lose. He lost duels, and I was like, did he really lose that many duels in the game?
Yeah, I mean, go on, Bev.
Maybe he's just he's the coming back from injury bit, isn't it?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
Yeah, he is.
and
He's not there yet. You're right. Go on.
he doesn't look. I don't think he's back to his full strength at the minute. And it's kind of showing as you said over the last couple of games he hasn't really looked that good. I'd say
No, because he's normally in the 80s for aerial duels. He was at 56%, and he wasn't playing against a towering striker.
No,
but he's playing against two intelligent strikers though.
Yeah. Yes.
Two smart strikers. So sometimes that can kind of work for you, innit?
Yeah. So
Dan's gone and missed the sitter.
Yeah. See, that's where you're correct. That goes in. Then we're back to last week when we were talking about Liverpool having a poor start in the first half, having to fix it. And I actually don't think we had a poor first half this time. I think we had a good first half. But we just came up against a really well-drilled team that was on it.
They're resolute.
And resolute, man. Played in that 4-4. It was a weird 4-4-2 because it kind of had Damsgaard playing up front with Wissa and had Mbeumo playing right wing. And it wasn't what I was expecting. Yeah,
because they didn't want your fullback to invert. That's why they had to have Mbeumo, because they know with his pace, there's no way you're going to take that risk. So I feel like they had to go for that, really.
But yeah, other than that, I can't complain. Obviously, we had a disappointing midweek, and we bounced back in a game that could have been a banana skin. But listen, there's more to come. I'll be honest, I'm not looking forward to going to Bournemouth in a couple of weeks. I'm not looking forward to going there because we beat them this season at Anfield, but it wasn't an easy one.
Do you think
we'll cross that bridge?
You guys create a lot of chances, so and Bournemouth, their defending not the greatest. Do you know what I mean? You just got to finish your chances. If you play like you did yesterday, you might come unstuck. To be honest, and just in terms of obviously, if you don't finish your chances, that's what I mean. Yeah, like that.
Yeah, not finishing.
Where are you playing? You said it's at Bournemouth.
Yeah, it's at Bournemouth. It's at Bournemouth.
You've tended not to struggle there, really. So I'm not sure. I think Liverpool will come through that because Bournemouth actually play in the way that Liverpool like teams to play against them.
True.
I think obviously you have to be careful because of the way they make runs, but the way Liverpool play, they should be used to dealing with that because that's what they're training against every day. The players themselves are playing in a similar style, especially the way that they pass and move. Bournemouth are very clever, and the way that they press, they're not scared of playing against teams man to man, which is a surprise because when you look at the way they dealt with Newcastle, the way they basically sucked Newcastle in, and they paid the price. But I don't think Liverpool will come unstuck in the same way. So
and maybe bypassing Ipswich. Obviously, Ipswich are before that best at home, so I'm expecting. My next worry is Bournemouth, like I said. But obviously, we do have Ipswich before that.
That's a drop
before that game. But yeah, happy days. But we'll move on to the Arsenal game because I'll be honest. You know what? Before we say what we say, I could be wrong. I thought you guys actually played quite well.
I agree.
I thought you played well.
For how long?
No, I don't think we played bad.
That two goal period was they fell asleep. But before and after that, I thought Arsenal played well.
Yeah, even after Aston Villa equalised, Arsenal were a better team at that point. Villa were pinned back, and obviously they had the disallowed goal, which struck Havertz's hand. But to be honest with you, I
did, bro.
Huh?
I don't know. It looked like he hit his abs. It looked like he hit his abs, bro. I'm not an advocate, bro. It looked like he hit his ab. Like his body movement.
No, bro. They've shown close up.
Did it actually?
They've shown two, three close up angles where he hit his hand.
Fair enough.
You know,
I'm not an advocate for Arsenal.
If he goes like that, it's a goal, bros. If he hits his stomach, it's mad.
It's weird. Yeah, if because it hit his hand, you can't gain an advantage from that.
No.
But had his hand been in a non, But then at the end of the day, it is what it is. It's unfortunate for them, but yeah, I felt that Arsenal. I felt Arsenal were going to win the game until again, 2 lapses in concentration, dealing with crosses, which is unusual because of how you guys normally handle defenders. But you have to give Villa credit; they hung in there. Arsenal looked comfortable, and in a way, if they had put them to bed earlier, they probably wouldn't be. We wouldn't be talking about this. But we've said that in how many games for Arsenal this season? It's not them. It's not them not creating chances. It's finishing them off. And so even without Saka being there, the creation is there. It's just not putting the chances away, and they paid the price again.
Yeah, I agree. 2 lapses of concentration. Thomas Partey went to sleep for the for Watkins' goal, and Marino he just lost his player, he lost to Lemons. But like their 2 goals were lapses in concentration, and our 2 goals were 2 sweaty goals, man. Wilson does well though. I got to give it to Trossard. In the last 2 games, he has kind of turned up and putting crosses into the box. But I think that same kind of thing. Maatsen, he fell asleep for Martinelli's goal, and really Havertz should not have scored. I've seen him miss harder chances than that. The keeper should really have saved that because it wasn't really any power. And as you said, for the first 10 minutes, Villa couldn't get out. We pinned them back. And then after we scored, we looked like we was going to score. And then we still, after we had the goal disallowed, we still hit the post and probably should have scored then anyway. It's just, our problem at the moment is putting the ball in the back of the net. I do think it's a different game if Saliba's playing. But then,
Yeah.
you know what they say, if my aunt had then she'd be my uncle or whatever. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Funny you say that though, Bev, yeah? You know, like only when we got further down into the game, I realised that Timber was playing centre-back and there was no Saliba.
Yeah.
And there was a couple of things that happened in the game. I'm thinking, wow, Saliba would have never let that happen. You know, it's weird.
yeah.
Well, when someone's missing, you really do notice that you've got a void. Don't get me wrong, Timber's a great player. Like, unfortunately, you know, he's at Arsenal. But he's good.
Yeah.
He can play. He's very versatile. So, not to say that he wasn't a good deputy, but there's levels in it. And I think, obviously, Saliba's...
No, he's solid. He's solid, but I don't think none of the goals are his fault, really.
No, not like that, no.
I think, like you said, he's the kind of player who's going to give you a 6 out of 10 every game, pretty much, and that's what you kind of need. It was just unfortunate, especially as Liverpool lost. I mean, I think the Liverpool game may have affected us, but we're back to where we started last in midweek, where we're now back to 4 points behind. And I kind of knew that was gonna. I don't know why, but I just kind of saw that happening. And really, I need to see something from my team in the last 10 days of this transfer window. He's got to sign somebody. I don't want to see this Arsene Wenger thing. Oh, we're trying to sign somebody, and it's got to be the right player. I'm not trying to hear it.
Bro, all managers are saying that now. That's the thing. Like, teams are obviously being careful, and I think part of the problem is that no one wants to declare that they're making moves because people put the price up. Like, oh, we know that you really want someone, you really want our player, so we're just gonna to bump the price up. So I think managers are trying to be coy, but I think realistically, January is proving to be a very tough month for you to do anything apart from loans, and that's about as good as I think it's gonna get for you bringing someone in realistically.
I know, but I think when you go from the manager saying we don't need anybody to now we're actively working, it's kind of he's kind of tying his hands really, and
he had no choice though. When you lose one of the strikers for the rest of the season,
I know
he had to.
I know he had to, but then it's just gonna seem like he's gonna seem like a fraud when he gets to the end of the window. We haven't signed anybody. Oh, then says, "Oh yeah, but it's difficult to do that." We tried. Oh, come on, man.
I've been there, bro. It's what Liverpool do all the time. We sometimes get one, but we do this all the time. Yeah, we're waiting for the right moment. We're waiting for the opportunistic signing. When you start hearing those, bro, then you know you're in trouble.
Yeah, it's gonna be a long day. So yeah, we drop points. I'm not going to be predicting anymore in this football league thing. You lot I'll leave that to the rest of you lot. And
bro, you keep predicting wins and you'll get wins, innit?
Yeah.
That's it.
You'll be upset.
You're too honest. You're too honest.
That's my own fault. Yeah, there we have it. Like I don't think that there's really much of a title race this season. As Liverpool are just grinding out results and Arsenal are doing their best not to capitalize when we can, and
Yeah,
that's what it's been all
Bro,
season.
Liverpool aren't 12 points clear. So, end of the day, anything can happen. All it
it's true.
takes is an injury, focus, a bad bit of form. Anything can happen. That they didn't lose in that little spell. They had a couple of draws and whatnot, but like anything can happen. It's not the gap is not big enough for you to be like the title race is over. No way.
No,
I think more the issue is that you guys have not capitalized on certain situations when Liverpool did drop points, and obviously the injuries. I think that's the other thing where you can say, you know, that's a reason for you to be kind of despondent. But 6 points is nothing, man. It really is nothing. You still got
No.
to play them again.
Yeah.
I hear you, and I'm just gonna say this before we move on. But like, we've only lost 2 games this season, and when I look at the amount of draws that we have, it's those amount of draws. That's the thing that's gonna kill us. There's a lack of kind of killer instinct. Even though they say we scored more goals last year than the Invincible side or whatever, but they don't look like that. They don't. The eye test doesn't look like that
Yeah.
as far as I'm concerned.
I mean,
So
you
I don't.
got.
It's gonna be difficult to see us overtake Liverpool.
I mean, Bev, you got. I think it's Gabriel Jesus out for 9 months now, or something like that. He's out for the rest of the season. Is that right?
Yep. He's not coming back.
And when's Saka due back?
March.
March times.
Yeah,
It could be the end of March
it
as
could.
well.
Yeah, I was about to say that the title race could still be, well and truly afoot. Them times, you know what I mean. You might not be winning all the games or turning the results around the way you should, but the gap isn't widening. So I feel that that's going to work in your favour.
We'll see. And I don't like your
We need to
praise
help
anyway.
work on our goal difference as well. We need to make sure that goal difference is like an extra point.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
At the moment, it's 8, but that could turn around in 2 weeks. 8 goal swing.
I wish we had an 8-goal swing. Yeah, on to Spurs, I guess.
Talking about 8-goal swing. Like, what's your goal difference at the moment, Leon?
10 plus 10, bro. Plus 10.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Bro, we scored like 40 something goals, conceded 30 something
45.
goals.
35.
Bro. We are 8 points off the relegation zone. It's unreal that I'm even talking like this. Like 3-2 flatters us. We should not even have been in sight after that first half. Like, we were so poor. Like, the first 2 goals Everton scored, obviously Calvert-Lewin gets his first goal of the season. Dr. Spurs, at it again, gifting, charity, like healing all of the people that are struggling out there. Mother Teresa, Florence Nightingale, all of them, Mary C. Cole, just out there doing everything to help out everyone else, bro, but ourselves. So yeah, Calvert-Lewin gets man of the match, and then we let what's that guy's name? It's gone out of my head.
Njai.
My
He's
days.
the problem.
That goal.
Yeah, I saw
It's
that
a problem.
goal.
It's a good goal. But please tell me how man runs that far unchallenged.
Oh, I said the same thing.
Close to the box.
Leo,
unacceptable.
why is he backing up like Jackerson? Why was Jackerson backing off?
You're letting man get closer and closer to the box. Like the thing is, right? Like obviously it's football, innit? If you're smart and you know that I'm scared that this guy's gonna beat me, take him out earlier.
Take him early doors by the halfway line.
Obstruction.
By the halfway line.
Don't wait till he gets to the edge of the box to the point where you can barely touch him, and he still tried to take him, like stop him from getting round him. But to be fair, Endai did well. He firmed it, put it to the left side, bang, roof of the net. Good goal, but poor defending. The guy should never be able to run that.
Can I ask you a question though? Where was the centre mid?
Bro, what centre mids?
That's what I was asking.
This is Tottenham all season, bro.
I watched the replay 4 times. I couldn't see no centre mids near him.
Lamont, this is the problem with where this is where I feel like people keep saying about the injuries, but I'm telling you, if you don't have none of your first choice defenders in the team, what do you need to do? Protect the guys that are filling in that spot. Protect them. Play a system that allows you to protect them. First of all, we started playing 3 at the back, which we've never done under Ange. And when Conte tried to do it, it never worked. I think Conte is a three at the back master, and it didn't work with the guys then. Why would three at the back work now with a makeshift defense when there's guys that have barely played this season, like Ben Davies come back in and he's playing three at the back? Doesn't make sense. Just play four. All you have to do is protect. Everton don't score goals. They basically scored, I think they scored a fifth of their total in one game today. So, end of the day, for me, Tottenham are just like...
You know you're muting it. Yeah.
Tottenham are just gifting teams. And right now, I don't see light at the end of the tunnel. Like, I looked at our fixtures, and normally you can go into fixtures and be like, yeah, I think we can get 3 points in this game.
Yeah.
I really do. Now, I look at these fixtures and I'm like, I don't know where the next 3 points are going to come from, because I've seen us, when we weren't even in this kind of form, lose to Crystal Palace, lose at home to Ipswich, lose to Wolves. Like, to me, or draw, I think it's draw against Wolves, actually. I think we just dropped points against them. But those are the type of games that we're like, oh, we need to beat them. Right now, we are like, we need 40 points. 40 points, bro.
Yeah, man's talking about safety. You're talking about safety. That's what you're talking about. It's embarrassing.
I'm in a Spurs group of despair right now, yeah. And I looked at the table yesterday and I said, three wins on a bounce doesn't even get us 10th, because I knew that Brighton were gonna win before we even win those 3 games. Brighton are gonna win, and obviously they won today, which flipping extends that gap. But like, you don't. It's so bad right now that even a little run of wins doesn't guarantee you mid-table of 10th, bro. That's how bad it is.
Yeah,
and I know you got it. You got the injuries.
Andrew's got a lot to answer for. Like, you can say, sticking to my philosophy. As you can see, that's really working out well for Tottenham and Man United, sticking to those principles, because it's not worth the words that these guys are coming out with.
It's not worth a rub. It's not worth a rub,
mate. It means nothing. You got to win games.
Yeah.
You've got to win games, and excuses don't cut it, because we're supposed to be better than some of these teams, even with these injuries. Like, we've got most of our forwards have been injury free. Our defense has. So there's guys in the team that should be protected. I'm sorry, I'm on a rant.
No, it's not. You're not even on a rant, because you know why? I'm just looking at you thinking, bruv, I feel your pain, you know? It's weird, because...
I told you, you guys are mud brothers, bro.
It's
You're
true.
mud brothers.
Because when I'm looking at what Angie's doing, right, he's putting you man through the ringer unnecessarily for me. I feel like is it all his fault? Can you look at Levy and say, raw, like, give a man, like, give the man the boat?
We know, everybody knows, there's one common denominator for why Tottenham have been unsuccessful for the last 20 years. And it's one man. And it's Daniel Levy. However, at the end of the day, there's managers who we've had in this position who have done better than what this guy's doing right now, and were ousted from their job earlier than what this guy has been doing. So for me, yes, Levy is the number one. It starts from the top, the leadership, the board, not just him, the board, all of them people making the decision at the top. They've got a lot to answer for, and nothing's going to change from that perspective. It's the same thing, rinse and repeat. We bring a new manager in, there'll be new manager bounce. That's what Ant had last season. Everyone was in despair. We had no Europe. We got knocked out of all the cups early. So he just had to deal with 1 game a week. So we did okay. We still lost 12 games, but we got 5th. We could have got 4th, but Villa deserved it and got it. But end of the day, soon as those managers get to the 2nd season, the Spurs disease just takes over. And basically, everything goes back to the norm again, like, of just ineptitude. Just ineptitude.
Well, I'm looking at the bottom half.
Do you think...
I'm almost done.
Go on, Leon. Land.
We have had pretty much all of our midfielders available, bar stupid things in stupid suspensions or whatever, and obviously Bentancur being suspended for the stuff that he had with the racial thing. But to me, we have the personnel to have been able to deal with this situation, regardless of the fact that there has been a lot of injuries. We've had the personnel to be able to deal with it better than we have. We've lost 7 out of 9 games, bro. Second of all, we have Son and Maddison, who are supposed to be the leaders in the team. When I'm seeing them on the pitch, I don't see them leading anything. Son looks looks out there like he's just completely, he's a lost soul. He looks like he doesn't have anything to his game right now. And Maddison is showing me the same kind of attitude he had when Leicester went down, because he's obviously in his feelings because he's not starting. But the reason he's not being starting
He's
is
not
because
consistent enough.
he doesn't give the same level of consistency game to game. You can have your great game against Man City, but if you come in other games where we should be on the front foot and you don't do your work, you don't work off the ball, you don't run, you don't put yourself in a position to help the team when you don't have the ball, then what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, we need leaders, man. There's no leaders in this team. Like, seriously, we need someone that's out here just telling, man, running the right act. We don't have no leaders, and like, to me, we just got to get to 40 points, bro, and just hope that there's a change. Because right now we can't continue like this. We really cannot continue like this.
Will he be there to get you to 40 points?
This is the
Do
question.
you want him there?
The question I'm going to ask, Leon, Ange in or out?
I'm Ange out now, bruv. And I tried to be as patient as I can, but 15th, we haven't been 15th since flipping 1999. When we had to bring Klinsmann back to save us from relegation.
Yeah, when you're not on the treble.
Bring Harry Kane back. It's still time,
bro. It's gone like that. And you know what? That's the you know what? Kane leaving has just it's just uncovered everything. It's like when you knock down something in the house and you're like, oh my god,
you find mold.
Kane was covering, papering over cracks, bro. And it's great that we're knowing now that this team, man, seriously, like, we've brought in a lot of players, we've made changes, but again, the decision making is not there, and like, he's making adjustments, but not in the right way, because we can score goals for fun. But even today, we didn't look like we were going to score until Everton were kind of like, okay, we need to just chill now. Like, that's the only point where we looked like we were going to do anything. And to me, yeah, he's got to go. He's got to go. But it's not just him. The whole backroom stuff has to go. No keeping Ryan Mason and all these other guys that have been there. We need to just start for a new slate. But who we bring in, I don't know.
Do you think that the injuries will be something that saves him? One, and two, do you think he's at fault for the amount of injuries that you've got?
Yeah, his style of play definitely is. All these hamstrings and thigh strains and muscle pulls, they're all to do with the way we play. It's kamikaze football. As soon as we get the ball at the back, our fullbacks are bombing forward before anyone has even had a thought process about how the opposition are trying to press us. So all it's happening is the midfielders are in a position where they either have to make an amazing pass or end up losing it, and then the other team in transition wins the ball back, and our fullbacks are nowhere to be found. Like, for me, it's kamikaze football. We can't, like, all these fans that have been like, oh, you know, it was dire under Conte, it was dire under Mourinho. But I'm telling you now, when we were winning 3 points, no one was complaining. There were games where it was horrible to watch, but they were winning. When Conte got fourth, nobody was complaining. We got fourth when we shouldn't have got fourth. We didn't deserve it, but we managed to do it, and I think it's because Arsenal slipped up. But realistically, we shouldn't have got fourth that year. But he managed to do it. It was a miracle, really.
He was grinding results out, though, bro. He was grinding
Everyone was
results
like,
out.
wow, like, Conte's done it. But Conte was like, nah, there's too much ineptitude. I can't deal with it. And that's why he threw his toys out the pram, because every week it was a different Tottenham appearing. And we're getting the same Tottenham now, where everybody expects us to do a madness. And it's getting to the point where teams that aren't better than us believe that they can get 3 points now. Like, it's got to the point where they're like, Tottenham's coming, we can get 3 points, lads.
Welcome to the party.
Well, that's a good segue.
Nice segue.
That is a
nice
great
segue to welcome to the party.
Yeah, bro.
Let's go to the Old Trafford party.
Yeah, bro.
It's not Old Trafford, it's the Brighton party. It's the Brighton party, isn't it?
Wait. I heard you got two new midfielders. I heard you got two new midfielders.
What are they called?
Lily Phillips and Bonnie Blue. Apparently.
Oh, wow.
Listen, right? I'm going to ignore you, bro. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I just want to let all the viewers know, yeah, United's unbeaten run's over. Our two game unbeaten run is officially over. I feel like I'm going through a lot of the same things as Leon did. I'm not even. I haven't got the energy to to kind of emphasize how frustrated I am, because the feeling I had from winning at OT just a couple of days ago, when realistically you could argue that we didn't necessarily deserve it, to
No.
experiencing what I experienced today, which is again the guys not necessarily realizing the warning shot of you nearly lost that, to actually losing a game, and it was quite embarrassing at points. It's just like I don't know what more to do. I mean, there were so many errors today that I can point out, and I'll just point out a couple. One was Mitoma's first goal. That was one ball from the back, bruv. No, one ball from the back over the fullback, and he isn't on his 10 toes enough for him to pick that up.
Best fullback
That shouldn't happen.
Left back of the season so far.
Right back of the season.
No, right back of the season actually.
Right back of the season.
But do you know what? All right, so do you know on that, this game and the last game, he didn't have to. For me, he hasn't played well, and I've not seen him have 2 bad games back to back since we've got him. So I mean,
He put pressure on him, bro.
Yeah,
he watches the pod. And
clearly, and I think to be fair, I didn't really have too much to say to him when I went to Carrington, so maybe that wasn't what it was. I didn't really inspire him enough, do you know what I mean, to go on and kick on. But yeah, all jokes aside, there was the one ball where I feel like Xerxes should have maybe pressured the centre back to not allow him to do the long ball over the top, and then it was the constant crosses into the box. We just look nervous. We look clumsy. We don't look like we're the elite level, Premier League level defending. We don't look sure. We get the ball. There's a lot of differing. Maguire looked horrible today. He's had a good run of games. Even the ones that we've lost, he's looked pretty solid. He's looked pretty kind of, demanding the ball, wanted to take it under pressure, taking up the pitch a little bit. So he was coming into his own. But he just looked like the old Harry Maguire again. Going backwards all the time, first touch isn't great. He was just making a lot of bad decisions today. Even one ball that he tried to clip into Garnacho late on, and I know I'm jumping forward a little bit, he just basically hit the corner flag. I'm like, and then he's muttering under his mouth like Garnacho should have been there. So anyway, I feel like when we got the penalty, which I think we deserved because we were pressing at that point, I feel like we deserved it, but I feel like Brighton were very naive to want to play like that when we had so many players up the pitch. Obviously, we got the run in the green. We got a penalty out of it. Bruno buries it. All right, my spirits are back up. Now, everyone in here knows. At 1-1, I'm thinking, all right, second half, we're just going to turn this around and we're going to thump these guys and we'll call it a day. Pod's going to be nice tonight. I'm going to have my water on one side. Don't need no herbal or candles tonight. All right. Second half comes out. Flipping hell. Not even a breath.
Amnesia if you thought that was going to be the case.
Bro. Hey, listen. VAR saved you from embarrassment because that João Pedro goal was...
It was good. It was good, bro. I can't lie.
That's quality, bruv.
Yeah, it was.
Too bad they got disallowed.
Yeah. But 7 minutes after that, they score. So it's like... You know what I mean? It's like it was short-lived. My relief was short-lived. I just don't feel like there was enough fight amongst the individuals on the pitch. I feel like with the guys that we had on there, Ugarte can't be the only man in the team that wants to get a yellow. Like, some other man needs to get their hands on shirts.
Bro,
right?
I think we said it before, yeah, but in all honesty, I think your manager's killing your team with his style of football. He's going to die by this style of football. And he's going to wait until the summer to get the players that he needs because they're not there. And he's not trying to give them any kind of... He's not trying... I can't see how he's going to give them confidence. It's good against Liverpool and Arsenal, yeah, we can get up for those games, but the last 2 games that you've had against Brighton and Southampton...
We didn't look comfortable.
Don't see it.
We didn't look comfortable. And we didn't look comfortable today. I feel like at 2-1, I thought, all right, we might nick a draw. And it's like, it's just embarrassing the mindset that I'm having now as a fan watching this. And I think to myself, like, there must be somebody that can get through to the players or the manager and say, you need to change something here. You know, where like Xerxes, he's run his race, get him off, get some fresh legs on. Not to say that he's a bad player, because he's in form at the minute, so he did warrant his start today. But we need to change something up because it's just not working. And I feel like the guys need to reflect. They all need to look at each other and just really need to say to themselves, it's not good enough. You know, to lose 3-1, and for me personally, have Minter as Brighton centre mid, the geezer is mustard. Yeah? Mustard. He is so good on the ball, right? And so good at finding his
you mean
space.
a winger? As a winger, you mean?
No, who's the centre mid? Who's the centre mid?
Belieber. You mean Belieber?
Belieber, sorry, apologies. Yeah, Belieber. Mate, the geezer, I'm just 2 feet, under pressure. He's press resistant. It doesn't matter how many players you got around him, but he just brushes them off, and he's so already. Brighton's got another one there that they're gonna get rid of for 80 mil, 90 mil probably come summer. Light work. But yeah, we made them look like world beaters. We look like the away team today again, like we did in the last game, even though we won. But we look like the away team today again, and it's embarrassing. I mean, we're talking about breaking records and all that. You know, the worst Man United side since flipping Premier League in the Premier League history in terms of form.
Didn't the manager say that himself? The manager say it after the game. He said it himself.
Yeah, he said it himself. He said it himself because I think what he's trying to do, he's trying to get ahead of the tabloids, isn't it? He's trying to get ahead of the tabloids. And everything he was saying in the press conference, he was saying, that's something for the headlines. That's something for the head. Because he already knows, no matter what he says, because the team are not performing, everything's going to be taken out of context, or everything's going to be taken in context, however you want to put it. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like he really knows that he just has to. He said, I'm not changing my plan. I'm sticking to it. So no matter what anybody says, I believe the only way that he changes, or the only way things change is if the manager changes. Do you get what I'm saying? And I'm not saying I want him out, because I don't feel like he's had a fair crack of the whip, but I definitely do not want to be in the bottom half of the table.
Is he showing that he's potentially limited?
Why? Because he can't change.
Yeah, because all he's done since he's joined, even before Porto, when he was at Braga as well, is a back three. He went to from Braga, switched to Porto, back three. I'm sorry, that's Porto Sporting, back three. Come to Man United. He said to him, listen, I'm not changing nothing. I'm sticking to the back three. It's almost like he knows nothing else. Yeah. That's his philosophy. I'm sticking to that.
But I think any manager who sticks to the same plan and it not work, and you're still sticking to the same plan, I think you've got to adapt. Yeah. I think it's crazy for him to.
Because Conte, when he was at Chelsea, Conte said he wanted to play back three, so he trained a back three and a back four at Chelsea in the pre-season. But his players wanted a back four, so he went to a back four. When it didn't work, he said, see, I told you, it didn't work. He switched to a back three, and then they won a league. But he at least showed them something.
Not only that, he's gone to Napoli and he's now playing a back four, which shows you he can adapt when people thought he couldn't adapt. But you're seeing Amorim, who is still a fairly young manager, he's done a stand on business and saying, I'm doing it my way. Don't nobody tell me nothing.
That's what that is. That is what it is. It's and I don't know if I spoke to any one of you guys. I don't know if it was on the pod or it was on a call when I said to you, Amorim gives me Jose vibes, but without the ultimate arrogance. Like, it's a bit more respectable, because he's more confident and just, I'll treat you how I want to be treated kind of thing. Whereas Jose was just like, it's all about me. It's my show. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, Amorim, he's sticking to his plan. That is it. I'm not going to use the plan word because I'll probably get flipping hung for that. It sounds like Ten Hag again. But he's sticking to his philosophy, and he wants to he wants to prove to everyone that what he's been signed up for, he can deliver. And go for it. But not with my team sitting in the bottom half of the table, cuz. Get it right, bro. Real quick. Because the witch hunt will come.
It's not even bottom half like that, bro. It's literally, you're in a scrap right now, along with us. We're in a scrap, bro. Like, it's not even a joke. We're in a scrap.
Oh, a question for you. A couple weeks ago, I said if you keep 5 players at United, who would you keep? This time, are there 5 players? How many players would you keep in that team in total?
Bro, you asked me that about 2-3 weeks ago, man.
No. I said if you could choose 5. I'm
Yeah.
not even saying. I'm saying.
So
Is there
ask me
even
the question.
5?
Is there even 5?
I don't know. Not really. Not really. I mean, Onana today, bro. If I could have drove to Old Trafford, hey,
I've been telling you
hey,
about this guy, bro. I've been telling you about this guy, bro. Been telling you about this guy.
who does that? Who does that? Like, I've never seen him do that before. So why do you do it at 2-1? I just don't understand it. The logic, it just don't make no sense.
Bruv, even at 10-1, as a goalkeeper, you palm it wide.
Yeah.
There was not a single opposition player wide. In fact, you had one of your own players wide.
Yeah.
That would have picked up the ball.
Yeah.
But my man decided to palm inside the middle of the box.
He
Bro,
was,
that was funny.
no, do you know what? I don't think he tried to palm it. I actually think he tried to catch it because I've seen him do that a few times.
Really?
But yeah, I've seen him like go down and catch those. But all right, that's the negative. The one positive I've seen for me personally today, or a couple of positives I've seen is the fact that Ahmad is still arguably in form. He's still trying to beat his play. He's still like very, resolute, if that's the right turn of phrase, in trying to deliver something for United, yeah? So, that hasn't broken him in that sense. And also seeing Euro playing on the left side of the 3, I think I spoke about it on the last pod, saying that I feel like after seeing the way my man was dealing with him on the right, I feel like Ruben should have changed something up to allow him a little bit of freedom in the brain because, my youth was living rent-free in Euro's head for the whole game last game. So I feel like the left-hand side would have given him a little bit more fresh air. But the fact that he's put him in, and I'll argue that he had a half-decent game today, it will probably build his confidence up as a young player stepping into United shirt. So, yeah, that's pretty much it from me. On to the next, quickly.
Yeah, boy. On to the next. So this will be brief because Man City, are they back? Are they not? We've been here before, but they've demolished Ipswich away 6-0. And Haaland gets a obligatory goal. But Foden, after literally a horrible first half of the season, for being completely honest, I think he's now scored in 3 consecutive games.
Stepped up.
So the question is, has he stepped up? Is he back? Is it a case of now their players are fully fit? Are they going to go on a run? I think the most thing we're going to speak about is with them spending close to 200 million on 3 new players, have they been told that they're going to get away with this charge? And they've been like, okay, cool, we can go and buy players.
Yeah.
Because it's also the mad thing. They bought Marmoush, who we were linked to him for like 2 months. And it was kind of Liverpool going to buy him in the summer kind of talk. They've been like, okay, cool, you're on 30k, we'll give you 260. Like, bruv, seriously?
Yeah.
Well, who's sitting there negotiating? A guy is on 30k. Okay, yeah, do you want to come? I'll give you 260. He would have taken 90, I'm sure, bro, to go to Man City and won the league 4 years in a row.
Do you know what that might sometimes that kind of money can change a player. Look what that money did for Rashford.
For the bad.
For the bad. Yeah, not necessarily good. For the bad. Because the Bundesliga, there are some players that have come from the Bundesliga and haven't looked good.
Yep.
There's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure that that's what you want to be doing there. He could come good, but I'm just saying that it does. He's
had a very good season. Very good season, but that's a crazy. Congratulations on getting your bag, but I just don't know how people as savvy as them will go to a guy who was on 30k and give him 260.
It's just crazy, bro.
I don't know how.
I think with all the
unless he's on a 15-year contract, unless he's on that Magic Johnson deal.
It hasn't been. I don't know. Has it been put out? I think it was 5 years.
Okay,
but I could be wrong.
That's crazy.
Well, look, we got to get it right, yeah? I mean, we can't talk too much about it. It's a 6-0 win against Ipswich.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes.
Ipswich they've looked great, but they just don't deliver, apart from if they're playing at certain grounds. But, outside of that...
Man's forever taking shots, bro. Bro, we're supposed to be brothers, It's supposed to be mud brothers, bro.
Hey, bro, even my mud brother can get it, bro.
Bro, Leon, you're mute, Leon.
Leon, you're mute. Cuss him out again.
Yeah, exactly.
It's got to the point where I don't even care. My team don't deserve no backing from me, bruv. All they do is make me really think like about the decision to support Tottenham as a uninformed youngster. Like, why did my dad do this to me, bruv? Honestly, like this world of pain. Like my dad calls me up and he tells me, "Oh, what is wrong with this team?" And I'm like, "Dad, this is your fault. I didn't have to suffer this pain, but you thought this was a good idea. Thanks." Anyway,
But yeah,
Yeah, we'll make that the last point because obviously we don't know what's going to happen with Man City in
it's
terms of
true.
can they come back, can they go on a run. We have to. I said last week, can they go 3 games in a row? And Lamont brought up the next couple of fixtures. I think Arsenal were in it, and
Yeah,
they've got
maybe
some
Chelsea.
bruv,
tough
they got
fixtures, man.
PSG.
They've
They
got
got
some
PSG
tough
next.
fixtures.
Chelsea. They got Club Brugge, which I expect them to beat, but Club Brugge are no slouch. Then they got Arsenal.
Yeah,
You know, that's the next 4 games, bro. So anything can happen.
I hope. I don't. Wins and draws. I don't mind wins and draws. But talking about results, before we go, we will do our game week 23 predictions. As usual, we will start with you, Lamont. You guys are playing. I
That
need to
is.
check that. I should have checked it quicker, but as I'm talking, I will get there
I,
right
per-
now. You guys
I
are playing Fulham
personally,
away.
I know,
Fulham
bro.
away.
Oh,
Fulham away.
Mate,
They just got moved to as well, so
that
they'll be
means
looking to recover from
yeah,
that.
yeah. Draw 2-2.
wow.
Jeez, that's the first time you haven't. Actually, no, Liverpool. You didn't say you're going to win that game.
Nah, because I
Okay,
knew better than
2-2.
that. I knew better than that.
2-2, you know? That's optimistic.
Okay, 2-2.
What was
Bevan,
that?
it's optimistic.
I
So
missed.
you're optimistic, fam?
Yeah, I'm optimistic. You're optimistic. What?
Okay.
Hold on, you're away to Fulham, bro. Yeah, that's optimistic for
It
real. I
is.
thought you was. Yeah, nah, bro.
You know what I mean? You're struggling at home to Southampton. Anyway, that's your
Listen,
opinion. It's your
listen,
opinion.
listen.
It's your
Let me do
opinion.
my team, yeah? You do
Yeah, I
yours, yeah?
know. I'm going
Oh,
to.
tell
I'm
us.
going
Wait,
to.
I was wrong. Fulham won. Fulham beat Leicester. I said that they got moved to. They didn't. They beat Leicester 2-0.
No, man. Fulham are a good team this year, man.
Yeah,
Good team.
yeah, yeah. Unlucky menu. Bevan.
Wolves away.
Yes, Wolves away.
3-0.
Raw.
3-0 Wolves. Okay,
No, 3-0
jeez.
Arsenal.
Raw.
No. 3-0.
Bossy.
Yeah,
I'm
that's standard.
I'm lighting candles.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Leon, you guys.
We're at home to Leicester. They're
Leicester.
probably the only team in worse
They've lost
form.
7 in a row.
Yeah. I'm gonna go 2-1.
2-1
Yeah.
Spurs, just to make sure.
Yeah, 2-1 Spurs. Best belief somehow we'll let 37-year-old Vardy score. But yeah, I think we'll win. Somehow.
And we have another 3 o'clock kickoff on a Saturday. I will go 3-0 Liverpool. We're home to Ipswich. Yeah, I'm not going to be too greedy. At this point, I'll just take a win. But even if it's 1-0, but 3-0.
James, can I change my score to 2-1 United?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can.
2-1.
I haven't said bye yet.
2-1 United.
Cool.
You're doing this for Bants. You're doing this for Bants.
No, I'm not, bro. I
2-1
swear
United.
down. I swear down.
You're
I'm
doing
not.
this for
I'm
Bants.
not.
You're doing this for
I just
Bants.
felt
You know
something.
what
Okay.
though? I understand why Lamont is putting these results in because realistically, like it's getting to the point where we can't afford not to get these victories.
Yeah, bro.
That's how deep it is,
Yeah.
40 points is quite far still.
bro.
Yeah. I said it to you last week and I'll say it to you again this week. United need to get a run of games where we're not losing. We're not losing basically. That's it. Do you know what I mean? Draws and wins will take that all day. Bro, for 2 games, don't take the Nicky. You know what? Close the show, please. I'm done.
And with that gem, we will close the show. We'd like to thank you guys for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it as much as we have. And don't forget to smash that like button. Don't forget to share. And if you've watched it this far and you haven't subscribed, why have you not subscribed? You might as well, because like I said, you got this far. So we'll see you again next week, and we'll see who's been right with our predictions. Take it easy, guys. Peace out.
Laters.